Let's start. Chalo. So hi everyone. Today I have with me Rohan, Sapra, advertising agency founder, Impact SL, and we have been a history of working together. And we have worked upon his funnel that we scaled to 1 crore in India. And today I got a chance to meet him in his office. So why don't we utilize this chance as a knowledge session for every one of you watching who is into paid ads, meta ads, Instagram ads, or funnels and everything. He's master of it. So I'm going to ask question on behalf of all of you and other the problems and challenges that I face with my clientele and everything. So let's start. Thank you so much, Rohan, for giving me your precious time.
It's awesome to have you here in my office, and amazing to being on this podcast.
All right. So Rohan, I would specifically, since I help coaches, so I will be talking about those challenges and pain points that coaches face, and also as an market agency owner, I would like to know initially what are the different level of coaches should start investing into ads? Who are the ones should start investing into ads?
Okay, so this answer is going to be very unconventional. Not a lot of people are going to tell you this. A lot of people will tell you that you should start with organic first and move to paid ads. But I have always been a paid ads guy. So I think we should always build something from the word go that can be eventually scaled with paid ads. So हमें starting से ही ऐसी चीज बनानी चाहिए जो पेड एड से स्केल हो सकती है.
Okay.
अब ऑर्गेनिक के लिए अगर बनाओगे और पेड एड्स के लिए बनाओगे, ये दो बहुत अलग चीजें हैं. ऑर्गेनिक पे तो चलेगी, जरूरी नहीं है वो पेड एड्स पे चले. You do content on YouTube.
Yes.
It may not necessarily work well with paid ads, and
right.
vice versa. So it's very important. So I think for me, it's from the get-go. Start with paid ads. Like that's the way you can get the validation of your offer and your idea
Right.
also.
Ultimately, if you start with organically also, you have to somewhere you have to get into paid ads.
Yeah.
Right. So why not start with an alignment with the focus of that you will start something with the paid ads that catering to the audience. Now, the second question that I have is for coaches, they should be start their target audience as a broader catering to masses or to niches, because we have seen in this industry that many of the coaching gurus or business gurus says that you should specify your niche first and then you should spread around the more target. What's your view?
You should pick so you can go micro, but don't go nano.
Okay.
So you need to know how to define a difference between micro and nano. That's number one. Number two, you always have to pick a niche which ultimately can be scaled to masses. I'll give you an example. Don't think like a coach.
Okay.
Think like an entrepreneur. Think like a business person. Now I want you to think about Shark Tank for a second.
Okay.
You will see so many businesses that have been on Shark Tank, profitable, great top line, bottom line numbers, but they don't get funded because of one reason alone. They always tell the founders that the sharks that sorry, I'm out because I don't think it's scalable. Your TAM is not big enough. I'll share a story with you. So this is one reason. So I used to do a lot of consultation calls, and there's this one person who came to me, an entrepreneur, great guy, very hardworking individual, talented, and he was serving to builders in India. He was pursuing a high ticket funnel.
Okay.
Struggle, CAC was significantly high as opposed to the other unit economics, like the other numbers. So for example, the close rate was very high, but the show up rate was very low. But then the cost per lead and booking appointment book was very high. So those numbers did not make sense for him. And he kept on trying different methodologies. Nothing worked. When he came to me, I told him the problem is nothing. Don't look at the model or anything. It's just that you're in a very small market. So it's like, but then if I have to charge high ticket, if I have to charge more money, then I have to go micro. That's true. but you have to go micro. You don't have to go nano.
Hmm.
So if you're going after builders, then you probably don't want to go after builders. For example, I don't exactly remember if it's कि builders बोल रहा था वो क्या बोल रहा था मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है. Somewhat in this industry.
Okay.
And then I told him it's not. You will never be able to scale with paid media because the way paid media works is that when you run ads, Meta is billing you or any other advertising network is primarily billing you for impressions.
Impressions.
So when we run ads, irrespective of whether my offer is for builders or it's for coaches or it's for D2C, my ads will serve impressions.
Yes.
Because that's what I am getting billed for. So if that's the case, and if I'm scaling my budget, my billing, my invoices are being raised on impressions, which simply means the game is not about how much can I charge or how high I charge. The game, the way I look at it, the game is about how many of those impressions that I'm getting can I convert. That's the game of paid media. So if I am not riding on an opportunity which cannot be scaled ultimately, then it's a pitfall to avoid. So you don't want to go too nano. You can go micro initially, but it should be a niche that you can immediately pivot when the time comes.
Okay.
So I am more of a mass person, and I'll give you another example. Ankur Warigo.
Okay. Yes.
I look up to him. I admire him. I like his work. He has built multiple crores of coaching business, and all through low ticket 1,000, 2,000 range rupees courses, DIY.
Yes.
No workshops, no webinars, no book call, nothing. Straight, simple course. Here's the ad. Here's the product. Go buy. Perfect direct response case study, right? So if you look at it, so that works. But why? Because most of his products, successful products, are very massy. Time management, anybody can use. A student, entrepreneur, business person, content creator, anyone can use it. So the problem he is catering to is a problem that a lot of people experience from different walks of life.
Right.
So it works, it fits in, and then the model is also helping him, and he's very good as a content creator.
As a content creator, as a person, right? So the next question, Rohan. So, what's the difference that you have seen as a user of as you're selling something in Indian market and something outside? So, what is the buying pattern or behavior for Indian consumer in terms of price, in terms of understanding the messaging? So I guess because many of the coaches or service provider fail to correct their pricing and messaging.
Yeah, that's a good question. So again, whatever I will tell you from my experience, my 2 cents. First thing is please understand that India is a price sensitive market. So if you will only learn from people who are in the international markets and try to replicate that exactly in India, it is not going to work. Because the per capita GDP of, say, any tier 1 country, let's say US, is much higher than compared to India. So how much the affordability, like how much a person can afford, also differs based on the earning the person has, the market has. So in India, the earning per household is way lower than, say, a country like US. So if I'm learning from a coach or fundamentals that is built just specifically based on a specific demographic, then by default, I am just digging my own grave because that process is only primarily tested on a specific demographic. That's why a lot of people fail when they try to do high ticket.
Okay.
Because India is, and I'm talking about masses. There can be exceptions. You may be in an exceptional niche. Some small group of people are willing to pay you X amount of money, which is more than industry average. Great. Keep doing it. But when you talk about scale, build to scale from the word go. That's what I'm trying to say. When you're doing that, you have to understand that India is a price sensitive market. India is not about buying expensive products at scale to win the game through paid ads.
So you mean we have to focus on masses and volume?
Yeah.
Selling on masses and volume.
That's going to be the ultimate goal. So you have to sell economical things. until once the market becomes more sophisticated, and then there are a lot of different variables, and I don't want to bore people who are watching this, but that's one thing about price. So India as a whole is price sensitive. Think about yourself. How many times do you go to any place to shop and tell me if you don't negotiate?
Yeah, we Indians have this negotiation, purchasing power.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now you can go to a brand, buy a shirt or a t-shirt worth 1,500 rupees, a normal decent brand, and then you can go to Zara and buy a shirt or t-shirt at 3,500 rupees. So it can double, the price can be 2x,
Yes.
3x, but the price cannot be 10x
You cannot sell something at 15,000 rupees
at scale.
at scale.
Again,
At
you
scale.
can do at a very small level, but at scale, businesses shut. And you'll see a lot of people pivot when they launched with, say, for example, high ticket, and then they suddenly pivoted to a workshop webinar because they just couldn't scale. Because so unit economics में sense नहीं बनती है. जब आप एड चलाते हो, impressions के लिए चार्ज करे जा रहे हो आपको 250 रुपए CPM है, 1% आपका CTR है, आपको ये मैथ करनी पड़ती है to make the business grow through paid ads. And that's why price is very important component in an offer creation as a whole. So you can't just disregard that. Then, so that's the one thing about price sensitive. And you said about the ways, the style of
The messaging, the pricing and messaging.
Keep it simple. Keep it as simple, like stupid simple.
Why simple?
Because India is not an English-speaking country as a whole.
Yes.
So you can't expect to scale a business, plan a massy appeal, riding on an international style of marketing. So you can have a massy appeal product, but then you have to also install a massy style of marketing as well.
The messaging जो उनको समझ में आए, mass को समझ में आए, ना कि a few section of that mass समझ में आए.
अब देखो मैं एग्जांपल देता हूँ.
हाँ, right.
मैं तुम्हें फैंसी वर्ड्स यूज करके हेडलाइन लिख के दे सकता हूँ.
Right.
अब इंडिया में वो स्केल पे नहीं चलती है. तुम कितना भी ट्राई कर लो वो नहीं होगा. एंड दिस इज मी बीइंग एन एड एजेंसी ओनर, डूइंग थिंग्स, losing myself a lot of experiencing failures myself a lot of times, and then realizing from my mistake, tons of mistakes actually, that this doesn't work. And the moment I started to do simple things, this connects better. So for example, a word like I could say that here's buy this simple method to achieve XYZ. Just an example, random example.
Yes.
Versus buy this ultra implementation friction-free mechanism. Ultra easy to implement friction-free mechanism. Right? Like I can just try to glorify this, and I can try to dramatize this entire thing to present it in the marketplace, just because some copywriter is telling me that you have to just make it very unusual, use those fancy power words and buzzwords and whatnot. It doesn't connect with people in India because India is not an English-speaking country as a whole, mass again. And that's why the landing page conversion rates start to go down as you start to scale your ad spend, because your marketing message is not appealing to the masses.
Yes.
The best headlines, messaging headlines, whether on landing pages, product pages, ads, overlay text, and I promise you, I have data to back this up. Best converting headlines are one-liners. One straight, simple headline. So many case studies that we can discuss on this.
Simple scales and complex fails.
Yeah. Look at Growth School. Study their landing pages. Look at their headlines.
It's very simple.
Learn
LinkedIn in 5 days to do this. That's it.
Khatam. So what is this and that, and achieve this result for this persona and this and that? Why are we complicating it? Just tell people this is what it is. This is, I can help you do it. That's it. I'll tell you. I'm going to digress a little, but it's important because you've asked a great question, and I think your viewers should understand this.
Yes.
Especially coaches.
Yes.
I'm also a coach. I may not be my major gig may not be primary gig, may not be coaching, but I'm also a coach. And I want to tell you this. People who obsess on messaging and making it very fancy are only those people who don't have results to show. I can tell you one thing in one straight line, and then show you so much of undeniable proof that you will have no other choice but to buy and believe what I'm saying. Then I don't have to make so much of effort to convince you because my work will speak for itself. This is an integrity thing. So if I have a work ethic which is more focused on people and students and getting people results, work on the product, that ultimately it becomes effortless for you to sell and convince people. You don't have to rely on fancy words. You have to do your results to the heavy lifting. And it should be undeniable. It should be absolutely believable, real, genuine proof. If you can do
real, genuine project results outperform anything. Outperform anything.
anything. So whatever you are selling as a coaching offer, right? And then when you do that, and now you try to go out there and you write a landing page for such, or write an offer for such a coach, it's not hard for you to convince someone because you have so much of proof. So you can just simply now, because India, and now at the same time, because India is not a English first, right? And quite funny that ironically मैं English में बात कर रहा हूँ इतना ज़्यादा, तो हम हिंदी में switch करेंगे.
Yes.
So ध्यान नहीं दिया मैंने. But anyway, but yeah, so I mean, India is not English first, and then we have to launch and scale ads. So it has to be, if you don't know how to speak Hindi, then it's a different story. Exceptional cases are there. But if you can, please write things for people who don't have English as their first language. Simplify it. Now, when you simplify it and you are a product-focused, result-focused coach, where your students' results will speak for you, then you can have a simple headline and you can just say very simple things. People will still buy from you better than before.
Right.
Anybody else.
So we have to simplify things in our messaging, in our ads, landing pages, before we make it so complex that it is like some jargon which only English specialists work. Even if we have Hindi हमारा प्राइमरी लैंग्वेज है, राइट? हम लोग हिंदी से फिर इंग्लिश सीखा है हम लोगों ने. सो हमारा जो जो हमारा बिहेवियर है, दैट मोर अक्लाइंस टुवर्ड अंडरस्टैंडिंग हिंदी एंड वेरी सिंपलिस्टिक थिंग्स, राइट? सिंपलिस्टिक थिंग्स.
तो फैंस, हमारा रीडिंग लेवल, अगर आप हेमिंगवे ऐप पे जाओगे, so I'll also give you a tip. If you use AI, because I think everybody is using AI. If you use ChatGPT, you use Claude, whatever you use to write stuff, once you have written whatever you want to write, right, whatever style of copywriting, give this prompt. Drop the reading level to say level 4, say level 5, based as per the Hemingway app. As per Hemingway reading level 5. Grade level 5.
Grade level 5.
You give this prompt and it'll rewrite it, make it simpler for you.
So that it is very understandable to a 4th grade students, right? So also it's very well said that copywriting ऐसी होनी चाहिए that it should be understandable to a 4th grade student, 5th grade student. It should not be that much complex. Yeah.
There's a saying, the job of a good writer is to make the reader understand. But the job of a great copywriter is to make the reader feel understood. That is the difference. And you can only make people feel understood when you speak in a simple manner. So write in a simple manner, speak in a simple manner. Don't use fancy jargon words, buzzwords. I think it's just a bunch of BS.
Right. All right. So we'll move to this. That's a very expertise. So what have you seen in last couple of years? Introduction of AI. What has changed? What has changed in advertisement, paid advertisement in Meta? What you have seen? Like we all are running ads, right? But there is a shift in Meta algorithm by the introduction of AI. So what should we now more focus upon? What are the metric that we have control? Some metric we do not have control. So what is it that we can do in ads?
Biggest shift is I am not an advocate of doing interest targeting.
Okay.
I am all about open, which is broad targeting, interest free. I don't do custom audience. I don't do lookalike. I don't do top of the funnel retargeting. I don't do nothing.
Okay.
And I don't talk without proof. I have enough proof of it, worked hard for it. And this is all thanks to AI.
Okay.
Right? Now, Meta's AI operates on something called as image recognition model. You can Google this.
Yes.
Okay. You'll find many instances where Meta itself, they have mentioned this in different help articles and where not. And you can read about it. So basically, here's what it means in simple words. Anything you say in your creative, the AI can recognize it by hearing, or by whatever you're speaking or reading. And so much so that whatever is in the imagery can also be translated and understood by AI. So अगर हमारे बैकग्राउंड में कुछ बुक्स हैं तो वह वो भी स्पॉट करके ये भी समझ सकता है कि पीछे बुक्स हैं, वो ये भी देख सकता है कौन कौन सी बुक्स हैं. So that's how powerful AI has become. So the whole purpose behind this is that if you, let me give you an example. अगर आप Instagram पे ब्राउज कर रहे हो, reels, right? Suddenly you start to see content which will be recommended, right? How do you think AI knows that that's a recommended content for you? Because based on your past behavior, history, कि अच्छा इस तरह का कंटेंट आप देख रहे हो,
स्क्रॉल किया होगा, yes.
So content देख रहे हो इस तरह का तो आपको दिखा दिया. So उसी तरह से एड्स भी काम करती हैं. So now gone are the days when you are relying on interest targeting. You can start with it, but I'm all talking about scale with some system that is, which I know is future proof.
This is also what I've also seen, that we are also like running open targeting campaigns and it's fetching us good results. It's just that your creative messaging should be apt and it should be targeting to a larger set of audience.
Correct.
Because Facebook should recognize whom you're targeting, whom you're not targeting. Amazing. And if we talk about what are the challenges that a coach can face in terms of scaling, because as we know that when should a coach should pivot his funnel? Okay, when is that time? Because I've seen that a funnel runs for a year and then it disintegrates in itself and it's not produced that kind of results. So I guess coaches should have an idea ki, when to pivot, basically when to pivot in marketing strategies, funnels, ads.
So it's hard to give an exact number on when to pivot, but let's understand the fundamentals.
Yes.
Okay? The reason why that people reach to this stage of pivoting is because they scale too fast.
Okay.
There's a saying, slowly is the way to go fast.
Yes.
Okay. So if you will just go too fast, you will burn the market really fast. And it happens a lot of times that, in the words of Eugene Schwartz, breakthrough advertising,
yes,
that when you advertise an offer, there will be people who will be aware of the problem you're solving and how important it is for somebody to solve it. And there will be a huge amount of, like, good number of people who won't recognize that problem or the importance of solving that problem now. So it's not burning enough for them.
Okay.
So if you scale too fast, you're going ahead of market sophistication. As a result, your CAC increases significantly faster, because now people are watching your ads, but they don't know why you are even selling this. And on top of that, you have fancy words and fancy headlines. It's not simple. Now it gets harder, even harder.
To understand to masses.
Yeah. So I think number one pillar to understand the fundamentals of when you are scaling your ads, and उस ads में स्केल करते हुए आप पिवट करना चाह रहे हो तो जल्दी स्केल कर रहे हो, ये एक रीजन हो सकता है. तो आई थिंक यू प्रॉब्ली वांट टू स्लो डाउन.
When your CAC raises, then you will get to an indication of that.
Yeah, I mean,
CAC is not stable.
Why do you want to scale fast? You want to scale fast because you are thinking, I want to make X amount of money.
Make more money, yes.
And you are thinking the only way I can do this is by getting more people to come to me so that they can buy the upsell or whatever funnel you're pursuing. Correct?
Yes.
Yahi mentality hai?
Yeah.
Why don't we improve the conversion rates of what we already have to make the same amount of money?
True that.
Now that is a long road.
Long route to go.
And long roads are often the right roads. Now why? Because you will only be able to sell at a better conversion rate when you have undeniable proof.
Undeniable proof.
When you're not just selling info, but you're selling transformation, which you can prove because you are the real deal. You do what you are selling.
Yes.
You don't say it because somebody told you this is a great niche and you can print some money, quick buck. You're doing it, you're saying it because you've done it and you have the proof to prove it. So that's one fundamental understanding of scaling. Okay.
Okay.
Then pivoting, when it comes to when I should pivot, how fast it happens. And pivoting also depends on what your goal is. So if my goal ultimately is that I want this thing to become my brand, अगर क्रांतेश एक कोच है, वो क्रांतेश एड्स पे लोगों को कोच करता है, तो क्रांतेश चाहता है कि मैं एड्स पे इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करता हूँ, इसके अराउंड मेरी ब्रांडिंग बने. तो brands are built on repetition.
Yes.
You can't say different things and
Do different things.
And desire to have a brand. Can't happen. If you want to build a brand, you have to keep saying the same thing for a longer duration of time. Then you can imagine ultimately people realizing that you are this good, and then you have a respect and you have the trust of the market, which is very hard to
Yeah.
because you can't buy it. You have to show up to
Yes.
do this.
Yes.
So if you have that kind of a vision, then pivoting may not be the best choice for you. Because if you're pivoting, let's say today you are doing a funnel on, let's say you are running ads for how to do ads.
Yes.
Tomorrow you start doing ads for stock market. Now, why would you do that?
The whole reputation goes away.
Yeah. And you will see some, I don't want to call out names, but you know what I'm talking about. You'll see some people who have done this.
Yes.
So then these are not legacy makers. They are not focused, they are focused on quick buck.
Quick bucks.
आज इतना से कमा ले, आज वहाँ से कर ले, आज एस्ट्रोलॉजी अच्छी चल रही है, आज न्यूमरोलॉजी अच्छी चल रही है, आज फाइनेंस अच्छी चल रही है, आज मार्केटिंग अच्छी चल रही है, कभी यहाँ, कभी कहाँ, कभी वहाँ, कभी यहाँ. So you have to think about like one thing that you truly want to be known for. Okay. And then you have decided कि अच्छा इस इंडस्ट्री में मुझे इस इंडस्ट्री को कॉन्कर करना है. In the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, play to conquer.
Play to conquer.
Conquer it. And you don't conquer out of अहंकार. ईगो से conquer नहीं करते हो. Conquer काम से करते हो. अपने कर्तव्य से करते हो. So वो एक चीज करोगे, टिक के करोगे तो ही हो पाएगा. So pivot करना है, तो I'm not a huge fan of pivoting. Offer tweak करना है, positioning change करनी है to open a different market for
Different
the same
market,
offer.
Same offer.
That can happen, and the only right answer for that is as soon as your cost is too high that you can't sustain,
Change to a different market.
change to a different market, open a different, but sell the same thing.
Sell the same thing.
Maybe sell to different people. Maybe
Right.
make it more massy. Maybe repackage it.
Yes. Recently, I have done the same for a client, and we're talking about that. And we dropped our CAC also, CPM also dropped, and we just changed the market. The offer was same. The offer was same. The same workshop that was for one set of audience. It was not working for a longer period of time due to competition and all. The niche is very hard to crack. So we pivoted the same offer to different niche, and result all also proven in that niche. That is also, it's not like you can without result you are selling something out of it. Okay, so don't sell without result. Have more conviction on yourself, on your work. And one more thing, the last question will, and then we'll wrap up. Okay, what are your huge lesson, or you can say top 3 lessons from this Gita of advertising?
टॉप 3 लेसन. चलो ठीक है, अब ये हिंदी में बात करेंगे इसके बारे में, बिकॉज मैं इंडिया के लिए बना रहा हूँ. और ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है. सो गीता ऑफ एडवर्टाइजिंग, राइटली सेड. मेरे लिए ये बुक बहुत स्पेशल है. और सबसे पहला लेसन इस बुक से जो मैं समझा, विच इज़ वेरी अनकन्वेंशनल कंपेयर टू जो आपको लोग आज बता रहे हैं मार्केट में उससे, पर ये सूनर लेटर समझ आ जाता है इंसान को. और वो ये है कि मास डिजायर.
Okay.
डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन अ डिजायर एंड अ मास डिजायर. डिफरेंस समझो. डिजायर, हम लोग हमेशा कोई डिजायर है जिसकी वजह से खरीदते हैं.
Yes.
अगर मैं किसी मार्केट में जा रहा हूँ, मुझे मास डिजायर को सर्व करना है, डिजायर को नहीं, मास
desire को.
मास वर्ड का मतलब होता है लार्ज इनफ, बिग इनफ.
Big enough.
तो अगर एक मार्केट में 10 लोग हैं और 10 में से 10 लोगों की एक्सेट्रा लाइक मल्टीपल डिजायर्स हैं, मुझे उसी डिजायर को सर्व करना है जो उस 10 में से लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल 8 लोगों की.
8 लोग की है.
सो मेजॉरिटी की है.
Majority.
दैट्स अ मास डिजायर. तो मैं अपने प्रोडक्ट को, अपने ऑफर को, अपने सोल्यूशन को उसी डिजायर के सोल्यूशन के सामने प्रेजेंट करूंगा. मास डिजायर, एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड आई प्रॉमिस यू, नंबर 1 पिटफॉल, नॉट जस्ट फॉर कोचेस, D2C बिजनेसेस. मैंने सबके साथ काम किया, करता भी हूँ. सेम चैलेंज. लोग यूनिक वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन को, यूनिक वर्ड को पकड़ के इतना कॉम्प्लिकेट कर देते हैं चीजें.
हाँ, हर एक
की प्रोडक्ट की पोजीशनिंग बहुत स्क्रू कर देते हैं.
हाँ, बहुत ही कॉम्प्लेक्स वर्ड यूज करके अब समझ ही नहीं आता मासेस को कि वो उनके लिए है भी या नहीं है. राइट.
मैथ नहीं बनती ना. फिर कॉस्ट आपकी राइट. आप करने को तो कुछ भी कर सकते हो. सो देयर इज समथिंग दैट मी एंड माय वाइफ वी ऑलवेज जोक. सो I'm digressing, but this is a good one. तो बोलते हैं, तो मैं पूछता हूँ यार, मैं ये बाहर जा रहा हूँ, मैं अपनी स्ट्रिक्ट डाइट पे आजकल वेट लॉस कर रहा हूँ, तो क्या मुझे ये खाना चाहिए? क्या मैं ये खा सकता हूँ? सॉरी, क्या मैं खा सकता हूँ? तो मेरी वाइफ मुझे बोलती है, कैन यू ईट इट? यस. शुड यू ईट इट? नो. सो कैन यू, तो कैन तो कुछ भी कर सकते हो,
करो,
बट शुड यू डू इट? That's the question. So mass is extremely important. That's my first takeaway.
That's also one of my takeaways. Yes, thank you.
ये समझने में बहुत टाइम लगता है, actually, but that's that. And second takeaway for me is to understand the difference. First, understand awareness and sophistication stages, and then understand how to channel it onto your product. ये दो चीजें हैं. सो अवेयरनेस सोफिस्टिकेशन स्टेज क्या होती है, ये वीडियो उस पर नहीं, डीप टॉपिक वो नहीं बताऊंगा, बट वो समझने की इंपॉर्टेंस इसलिए है कि आप सेम चीज को 2 या 3 या मल्टीपल तरीकों से प्रेजेंट कर पाओ, वो आइडियाज निकाल पाओ कि मैं दूसरे तरह से सेम चीज कैसे बेच सकता हूँ.
डिफरेंट लेवल ऑफ डिफरेंट ऑडियंस अवेयरनेस को, अपने प्रोडक्ट को कैसे आप अलग अलग ऑडियंस को बेच सको एज पर देयर अवेयरनेस. सो देयर टू कॉन्सेप्ट, एक तो लेवल ऑफ अवेयरनेस एंड देन मार्केट सोफिस्टिकेशन, दैट हाउ मार्केट इज रेडी फॉर इट, फॉर योर प्रोडक्ट और नॉट. करेक्ट. लाइक व्हाट इज द अवेयरनेस लेवल, इज इट ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट or is it not present? If it is not present, then you have to communicate your message in a different way. If it is present, then you have to focus upon some of the benefit feature. So it is like 5 level of awareness. So it's a different topic altogether.
Like, correct, ma'am. और भी टिप देता हूँ, because I'm sure that people will go to AI or they will research after this in case they don't know. तो उनके लिए ये भी टिप दे देता हूँ कि अवेयरनेस स्टेजेस तुम्हें कंटेंट में मदद करते हैं, सोफिस्टिकेशन स्टेजेस तुम्हें पोजिशनिंग पे मदद करती है.
Positioning of what you are selling.
Yes, that's the difference. So awareness stage is like, how can I say the same thing in different ways?
Okay.
Sophistication stage is, how can I position
my
differently? Right?
My product service.
That's the positioning of it. So that's the subtle difference. और ये awareness stage, sophistication stage है जो इसमें important है. ये मैंने सीखी है इस बुक से, सीखा है इस बुक से, और इसको चैनल करने के लिए तुम्हें सही डिजायर को टैप इन करना जरूरी होता है. So how do you channel on to, you don't, so in the words of again Eugene Schwartz, we as advertisers, marketeers, entrepreneurs, we cannot create a desire, we can only channel it.
Channel it, okay.
तो ऑलरेडी जो चल रही है मास डिजायर, तुम उसको चैनल कर सकते हो, तुम क्रिएट नहीं कर सकते.
बेसिकली डिजायर या तो कम हो सकता है मार्केट में, तो उसको एनहांस कर सकते हो, या फिर क्रिएट कर सकते हो, दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू विल बी नीडिंग, so that you fulfill something out of your life, right? And I guess this concept also helps me to position my marketing message for my clients. और ये चीज़ मुझे बहुत लेट समझ में आई थी, the level of awareness क्या होती है, market sophistication क्या होती है, बहुत ही लेट समझ में आई थी. And but I guess समझ आ गई, that's a good thing, so that we are able to position our messaging message to right set of audience. और वो क्या उनको समझ में आ रहा है. अगर मेरे को पता ही नहीं है कि मेरे को कोलगेट खरीदना है, आजकल आई गेस दिस इज अ न्यू थिंग कमिंग इन द मार्केट, इवन इफ यू वांट टू सेल अ soap is a very competitive market, right? So I've seen a new ad which says this soap will help you remove tans. See, so competition itna hai,
so that's a new mechanism.
Yes, so now problem is people don't want tan in India. So instead of soap is positioning that ये बहुत खुशबू देगा, बैक्टीरिया दूर करेगा, जो सभी कर रहे हैं, it is coming with a proposition that it will remove tan.
Yeah.
And it is selling like cakes.
Now it might work.
Yes.
Because now soap is a very big market to begin with. उसका अगर तुम सब मार्केट भी बना दोगे टैन में, तो भी वो इतनी बड़ी है. So it's not nano while you're going micro, because it's still big enough. Then it may make sense, and you can initially capture some portion of the market, and then you can expand, because you're ultimately selling hygiene, cleanliness, which is solving as a whole. That's what the problem solves.
FMCG product sells, yeah.
So it's about that, and ultimately यार गेम सारी घूम फिर के ये आ जाती है कोचेस के लिए स्पेसिफिकली कि मैंने ना बहुत फनल्स बनाई हैं, स्केल करी हैं, लिखी हैं ऑफर्स. आई थिंक सम पीपल probably recognize me. I have scaled multiple funnels myself, hands on. मैंने खुद का भी किया है, बिजनेस में बिल्ड करता हूँ. मैं ये जाते जाते ये बता देता हूँ before we end this podcast, that never be in a rush. You asked me a question.
Yes.
Behind the scenes.
Yes.
So I will mention that.
Yes.
Don't confuse speed with rush. Money loves speed, yes.
Yes.
But don't confuse it with rushing into things. Slowly is the way to go faster. Don't try to scale so fast. Scale by while curating proof. Okay? So इतना scale करो कि यार तुम मतलब मुझे आज कल अंबानी थोड़ी बनना है. Right? You want to create an impact. You want people to know you. You want people to get the transformation you want to deliver to them. That takes time. You need to learn how to coach.
Yes.
And that takes time, which means you will have to spend enough time with your people and you have to do it for a long period of time before you start to get कि ये समझाना किस तरह से है ऑडियंस को और फिर उनसे इंप्लीमेंट कैसे करवाना है. ये समझने में टाइम लगता है. सो 2x पे भी अगर कर रहे हो ना, ROI कर रहे हो, तो खुश रहो, कुछ लालच ग्रीड मत लाओ, धीरे चलो एंड रिजल्ट्स पे काम करो. Because if you will confuse speed with rush, if you will misunderstand it, which is what people do, which is exactly what your question was.
Yes.
Because you're too much outcome focused.
Yes.
I'm going to make 10 lakh per month, 20 lakh, because you're just being sold onto that.
Yes.
If you're only outcome focused, you will rush into things. You will just sell because you want to make money.
But
and then what's going to happen? Pivoting.
No results.
In 3 months, 6 months.
Do something else.
मैं ये करता हूँ, मैं वो करता हूँ. And as you look back, you may even make money. But as you look back, you'll be like, oh shit.
What happened?
I built a chaos system, a chaos machine. Right? तो धीरे चलो. हमने खुद, तुमने मेरे साथ काम किया है.
Yes.
और हमने फाइनल एक स्केल करी थी.
Yes.
स्पीड पे ही करी थी.
करो रेस.
ये हम मेरे करी हुई चीजें मैं तुम्हें बता रहा हूँ. मेरी 1.5 करोड़ तक हम उसको लेके गए.
Yes.
और मैं तुम्हें बता रहा हूँ ये मेरी गलतियों से ये लेसन है. I've realized why slowly is the way to go faster, provided you are actually building things for a genuine impact. If you're actually building things for a genuine impact, then this will resonate with you.
Yes.
If you're a short-term thinker,
short
and you're like,
money,
कमाना है, तो तुम्हें समझ भी नहीं आएगा मैं क्यों बोल रहा हूँ. But मुझे लगता है कि अगर इस तरह से हम काम करें as a coach, because coaches can transform the world,
yes,
then you can deliver great results to people. And then when you will deliver results, you will have enough proof, and then everything becomes easy because you'll have proof.
True that. आपने जो कहा मतलब बहुत सिंपल, आपको शायद समझ में आ रहा होगा सिंपल सी चीज़ें, बट इट्स वेरी डीप. इट्स वेरी वेरी डीप बिकॉज जैसी हल्की सी चीज़ें कोचेस के लिए होती है, देन ऑलवेज लाइक स्केल करते हैं और पैसा डालते हैं और लोग आ जाएंगे. बट बाय द टाइम यू पैसा डालते हो, आपके सिस्टम्स इतने स्ट्रॉन्ग ही नहीं होते हैं. आपके रिजल्ट, आपका इतना कन्विक्शन ही नहीं होता है, बिकॉज यू थिंक कि छोटे मोटे रिजल्ट आ जाएंगे और लोग आ जाएंगे और कुछ बेचेंगे और पैसा बन जाएगा. बट दैट्स द वेरी नॉट अ लॉन्ग टर्म विजन, आई गेस.
Correct. And it's like there's a thing called in marketing and data analytics which is called as statistical significance. So it's like, इसका मतलब ये है सीधे सब शब्दों में कि अगर मैं किसी एवरेज कन्वर्जन रेट को मेजर कर रहा हूँ तो मैं उसका सैंपल साइज क्या देख रहा हूँ. सो अगर मुझे मेरे वर्कशॉप वेबिनार में फॉर इंस्टेंस कन्वर्जन रेट देखना है, तो अगर मैंने एक हफ्ते में अच्छा क्रैक कर लिया तो जरूरी नहीं है कि वो मेरा कंसिस्टेंट है. सो रन समथिंग फॉर लॉन्ग इनफ बिफोर यू टेक द नेक्स्ट मूव, यू मेक द नेक्स्ट मूव. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैंने, तो हमारे में क्या रूल है मैं ये बताता हूँ, हमारी एजेंसी में हम कैसे करते हैं. इफ देयर इज एनी significant change we've made, I will at least run it for 4 weeks before I make the next move. So the sample size I will curate, I will collect, will be much larger, because that's how you understand the larger perspective, the larger picture. So अगर मैं 2-3 हज़ार पर डे पे रन कर रहा हूँ एड्स, एंड मैंने एक हफ्ते रन करी और मैंने एक वर्कशॉप किया, मेरी परफॉर्मेंस अच्छी थी और मुझे लगा कि बढ़िया अब तो सही है, स्केल कर दो, अब तो इसको 10,000 पर डे पे ले जाओ, तो मैं नहीं करूँगा. मैं बोलूंगा कि 1 हफ्ता और करो, 2 हफ्ते और करो, 3 हफ्ते और करो. सो 4 हफ्ते, अप टू 4 वीक्स तक एटलीस्ट आप उसको रन करो, एक्सपीरियंस द नंबर्स, देन आफ्टर 4 वीक्स लुक बैक, टेक आउट द एवरेज ऑफ 4 वीक्स. दैट्स योर एक्सपेक्टेड कन्वर्जन.
दैट्स अ गुड सैंपल साइज.
दैट्स अ गुड सैंपल, क्योंकि होगा क्या, तुम एक वर्कशॉप में करोगे 20% शो अप रेट से. शो अप रेट से वाले कैलकुलेट मत करो, इट्स वेरी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. Registration to conversion rate करो, it's easier.
Yes.
Okay? So registration to conversion rate say 10%, for example. अगले वर्कशॉप में तुम करोगे 5, अगले वेबिनार में तुम करोगे 8, and then now it's fluctuating. But your projection, all the projections you're doing is based on that one fine workshop. So you're building on wrong expectations, and now गलत हो गया सारी मैथ. So 4 हफ्ते की एवरेज निकालोगे तो आएगा शायद let's say 6%. So that's the right number for you. So this philosophy is called as statistical significance, कि मेरे पास कितना सैम्पल साइज है, उसके अगर सही सैम्पल साइज के ऊपर तुम डिसीजन बेस करोगे तो सही डिसीजन लोगे, और कब करना है वो मोस्ट लाइकली सही करोगे.
All right. I guess we have got the crucial insights from this book and Rohan's experience. That is, thank you so much for your time and
You're welcome.
everything. We'll do this again next time. Okay. And yeah, I guess that's it. If you have any questions or doubts, you can drop them in the comment section, and do follow Rohan and me on our social media channels. That's it. Thank you so much, Rohan.
You're welcome. Build with Rohan.
Yes.
That's the IG handle.
All right. I record the